Hello everyone, welcome back to M for an Aston. So after a long vacation, I think it's around more than 1 week that I didn't make any video on industrial relation and labor laws. That is my bad because I was been somewhere else where I was been preparing for something else, so I'm not able to give time to make this video. But now I just came back and we must complete those 12 chapter of industrial relation and labor laws. So in previous chapters we have discussed two chapters, chapter number 1 and chapter number 2. Now I just really came up with chapter 3 for UPSC EPFO 2025 examination, simplified explanation with MCQ. All right, so there will be at the end there will be only one MCQ that you guys need to attend it and give me the correct answer. So the third chapter is regarding, as we know, that it's regarding introduction to industrial relations. So what is industrial relation between employers and employees and government? We already been discussed about in first class that what is the relation, what do you mean by industrial relation? Relationship means there should be a relationship between two person or more than two person is considered as a relationship. A individual relationship cannot exist because an individual person cannot make relationship with his oneself, which is a kind of weird thing. So we're not going to talk about this. So the question is introduction to industrial relation. So industrial relationship between employers, employees, and government. All right. So an industry should be run on the basis of three categories. Is that the relationship between the employers, employee, and government? Because without the employer, there would be no employees, and without the employees, without the help of the government support, there will be no industry. All right. So three tiers things has to be required. We know that it's employers, employee, and government. Secondly, it aims at reducing the dispute and promoting the cooperation. We already know that what is the aim of industrial relation? It aims at reducing dispute and promoting cooperation. If there will be a little better cooperation with among all, then the industry will run very well, isn't it right? So that's it. That's all. This is the thing that it's talking about. Third point, it says important for productivity and worker welfare. It is important for the productivity and worker welfare at the same time. All right. So the next slide talks about labor legislation in India. So now we're going to talk about the labor legislation in India, evolved during British era Factory Act 1881. So we should remember that whatever the rules and regulation and the protocols that are being made for the labor, it's all are being derived from British era. And when our nation become independent and when the globalization, liberalization, and privatization has took place, there are a lot of changes that has been taken by the Indian government and change those labor law according to our nation's desire and welfare. All right, hope you really understand. So in reality, these legislation, labor laws, whatever the protocols and the rules and regulation, all are already been made by the British by the Factory Act of 1881. Objectives. Now, objectives protect workers, regulate working conditions. What is the objective of that? Means evolved during the British era Factory Act 1881. And what is the objective of that? Objectives protect workers, regulate working conditions. Today merge into 4 labor codes. As we know that there are around 24, I think, labor codes which are being merged in 4 labor codes. All right. So we know that this is happened in 2019 to 2020. Key labor codes 2020. Code on wages. Now, what is the code on wages? Ensure minimum wages and timely payment. This code talk about the wages that are being paid to the laborers. Remember one thing: less than 80,000 payment is considered as a wages, but 80,000 or more than 18,000. Sorry, less than 18,000 is considered as a wages, but more than 18,000 or 18,000 is considered as a salary. Remember one thing: this is one of the most important thing that we should understand before we go ahead. Means 18,000, 18k less. All right, consider as wages. All right, hope you really understand. But more than what? More than 18k, more than 18,000k, consider as what? Salary. Sorry, my handwriting is not good because I'm teaching in phone and I really don't have any other app to use it. So you guys need to motivate me, for teaching in big screen, and for that I need subscriber, for that I need likes, and for that I need your love. All right, so share this video as much as possible as you can to reach to the top of the app. All right, guys, hope you really understand. So less than 18,000 is considered as wage, but more than 18,000 or 18,000 is considered as a salary. Hope you really understand. So industrial relation code governs disputes, strike, lockouts. What it governs? It governs obviously disputes, strikes, and lockouts. OSH codes, safety, health, and working condition. It talks about safety, health, and working condition. Social Security code, pensions, insurance, maternity benefits. All right. Industrial dispute disputes. Now, what is industrial dispute? Causes, because it can be happen due to wages, working hours, job securities, policies. All right. So forms, what forms? Strikes, workers stop work, lockouts, employers stop work, layoffs. Trade union represents worker in disputes. So what is a work of trade union? Trade union's work is to represent workers in disputes. All right. So they are the persons or the group of person who go and represent the workers and talk in behalf of workers that why they have done this disputes and what are the problems that they have been suffering at the time. What is the cause of dispute, whether the company is good or not, whether the factory is providing the necessary requirement accommodation that are being or that are being under the rules and regulation are being provided by the government to them. All right, so this is the work of the trade union. Next slide's talking about machinery for dispute settlement. So what are the machineries for dispute settlement? Conciliation. Government official helps settle disputes. Conciliation means there will be an arbitrator who might really going to work between two groups and going to just settle the dispute. All right, but that arbitrator will going to come in behalf of government, because government will going to appoint that arbitrator amongst two groups and solve the problem. All right, let's see. There is arbitration, natural third party decision, adjudication, labor court, tribunal give judgment. All right, remember one thing: whenever there will be an arbitration, the third party who will going to decide, this decision will be final. Both the party has to agree with that decision. All right. Now the next is collective bargaining. It is one of the most core thing for industrial rebel, because without the collective bargaining, I think it will be not completely an industrial relation and labor laws. All right. So collective bargaining is the most important thing. Definition: negotiation between employer and employees, help in wage settlement and working condition, challenges multiple unions, lack of unity. All right. So government's rule. Now, what is government rules? Frames labor policy and laws. The most important thing, government rules means it helps to create labor policy and laws, ensure fair practice through Ministry of Labor. All right. The recent reforms. What are the recent reforms? UPSC would really ask you this question. What are the recent reforms that the government has launched or implement in to industrial relation and labor laws? So recent reforms are digitalization or simplification of 44 laws into 4 codes. All right. Next, contemporary issue. Contemporary issue. What are the contemporary issue? Impact of globalization, outsourcing, and flexible labor. Impact of globalization, outsourcing, and flexible labor. Contract and gig economy. This is very important. Contract and gig economy. Swiggy, Zomato worker, etc. Contemporary issue means the gig economy is that like Zomato's worker, Zomato's delivery boys, Swiggy's delivery boys, how they get employed. Those employment are not permanent basis. They get employed on the basis of the commission, because if the means a restaurant is giving him the product, means at the same time with GST he's cutting the delivery charge at the same time, and from that the main company, you can say Swiggy or Zomato, are having commission, and a little bit of commission also being paid to this person. So it is not a salary basis job. It is something that you can just cope with it for the more you do the work, the more you will pay for it. All right, so it's kind of this. Technology, automation, and AI affecting jobs. Obviously, technology is one of the most good thing. At the same time, it is also worst thing, because nowadays people are not getting job because most of the hard work are being done by artificial intelligence, which is absolutely true. Because the way I'm just really teaching you guys, artificial intelligence could really do better than me. There is no doubt about it. So yeah, most of the time, nowadays people are using artificial intelligence like ChatGPT or maybe some other apps, to do their work in a short way. Because at the same time, it's also taking the job of others, which is really creating a lot of unemployment situation in this country. So we should be care of that, because at the end, artificial intelligence is something that is made by human being, but artificial intelligence is something that does not make human beings. So we should understand that by the will of Allah, it is made by human being at the end, isn't it right? So we should understand that. Now the MCQ question that we are talking about. So I will give you only a few seconds for that. Give me the correct answer. All right. So which of the following is not part of the 4 labor codes? Code on wages, industrial relation code, factories code, social security. All right, so give me the correct answer. The correct answer is obviously factories code. The question is, which of the following is not part of 4 labor codes? Not part of 4 labor codes. Code on wages, we already discussed about that. Yes, it is a part of 4 labor code. Industrial relation code, it is. Social security code, it is also. The thing that is the word that is odd among all those 4 options is absolutely the factories code. All right, so we need to understand the factories code is the odd one. So answer will be the factory code, because factory codes comes in 1881. All right, remember that we study in I think in second slide, which are made by British. So yeah, so it is something that is not comes under the labor codes. So these three are comes in labor codes: A, B, and D. Factory code is not. So hope you really understand it. So guys, if you really like this video, these are only the simplest way of teaching you. At the same time, these are the things that also make me revise, because I'm also going to sit in UPSC EPFO examination this year. Hope we're able to just secure the best out of it. So stay with me, guys, and please, the way you are showing me love, go ahead, show me more, and please do like, do subscribe, and share with your friends. Hope you really like this video and share with your friends. So see you in another video. Have a nice day. Bye bye, guys.